relocating, behind on your mortgage, have unwanted property, or can't make the needed repairs? Whatever your situation is, we have a solution for you. We buy houses any reason, any condition. We pay cash and close quickly. Don't stress. Sell your house the easy way with Guam House Heroes. Call us at 646-5793. Email us at contact@guamhh.com or visit the website guamhh.com.
Studies have shown children who grew up in with drug-addicted parents are 3 times more likely to suffer from addiction.
Hi,
I'm Johnnie Rosario.
And I'm Jessie Franquez-Limtiaco. This is a Kandit recovery show, Success After Darkness. You know, it's been quite a while since we've been on since we've had a show, I think about a month and a half. Johnny, myself, and the rest of the team have been working behind the scenes on some other projects, and we will be returning with shows, if not frequently, as much as possible, because we are focusing also on other projects that are behind the scenes. Tonight we have a great show for you, a show that is gonna detail and inform you guys of the upbringing, the stresses, and the overall effects drug use has had on loved ones. Johnny's girls are here. Danielle and Jessie are here to speak about their mother and their father and their drug use and how it affected them growing up, where they are today.
A child's perspective.
A child's perspective, which is something that's very much needed out there, because so many individuals often always focus on the addict themselves, right? Mm-hmm. But we often fail to see that our loved ones are stuck in that addiction with us. Indirectly or directly, whatever the case may be, they're stuck in that addiction with us. And unbeknownst to us, because we are lost in our addiction, we don't realize the cascading effect that it has on our loved ones. So the 2 girls are here to highlight their successes that have come throughout their journey as they saw their mother and father struggle through addiction and how they coped with it, how they overcame it, and hopefully that their story will help shine the light and help other individuals out there who are silently struggling with their parents and their loved ones' addictions. So we're going to cut to a quick break.
Can I just say that my drug use didn't stop. It just stopped almost 4 years ago. So right now we're still in a learning phase. Yeah, we're still learning how to be. I'm still learning how to be a parent and a better parent. So I just wanted to say that.
You're learning how to be a better parent, but you know what? I got to give you kudos.
Well, let's see.
I just got to give you kudos. Let's cut to a commercial.
I'm nervous, guys.
She's nervous. She's extremely nervous because this is her daughter's here. So let's just give her some support. The bravery that these young girls are going to display is something exceptional. So we will be right back after these few short messages.
you relocating, behind on your mortgage, have unwanted property, or can't make the needed repairs? Whatever your situation is, we have a solution for you. We buy houses any reason, any condition. We pay cash and close quickly. Don't stress. Sell your house the easy way with Guam House Heroes. Call us at 646-5793. Email us at contact@guamhh.com or visit the website guamhh.com.
I'm going to start off with individual. I'm going to introduce you both. Hi, welcome back. Let me introduce to you two beautiful nieces of mine, Johnny's girls. To the far right, which is your left, we have Jessie Limtiaco, and then we have Johnny's eldest daughter, Danielle Franquez.
Hi.
They are here to help share their stories and to offer insight and light to the struggles of many out there. So, you know, we're gonna go ahead and just get right into this. You know, girls, how old are you, Jessie?
23.
And Danielle?
26.
Okay, so when your mom started first using drugs, how old were you?
I was about second grade, maybe 8 years old.
And how old were you?
She had to have been 4.
She had to, oh, you guys are 4 years
We're
apart.
4 years apart. I'll be 27 in December.
Now, you know, when did you know? When did you know that the effects that your mom was different?
I vividly remember being 4th grade. I think that's when it started for me because she recently just got arrested. I didn't really know what was going on.
I was in the front page.
She was in the front page, and it's crazy because I was in middle school, and some of my friends knew who my mom was.
Yeah.
That how I found out that our mom got arrested was from them, or even because some of her first cousins who are my age, so they're our auntie and uncle, brought it up to us, and of course they're like, "Oh, her mom's in jail. Her mom's in jail." And I was just, I remember.
You were at school when this
happened? I was
happened?
at school and it happened, and I was just like,
What kind of emotions were running through you at that moment?
I was embarrassed.
You were embarrassed?
I was embarrassed, I'm not gonna lie. Just because we're so young, and it's like, I don't know, I just didn't want people knowing like our private,
So because she was
business.
4 years younger than you, she wasn't really fully aware.
Right.
I wasn't.
You
She
weren't fully
wasn't.
aware.
So I feel like it affected, like our mom going through what she went through and doing what she did affected all of us differently, especially because of the age difference.
How did it affect you?
So, I mean, I've always loved my mom. Like, to me, she was always the greatest person. Even if she was doing drugs, like, I still always looked up to her. Like, I always knew I wanted to be like her. And besides having the kids at 14 part, like, I didn't. I didn't.
I had her when I was 14.
Yeah, let's just put that out there.
young.
A full disclaimer, Johnny was 14 years old.
Yes, and people used to think she was my sister. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And I feel like it would make her butthole so big, like, because they're like, oh my God. But little did they know that she was a baby having a baby, you know? Like, she was a baby when she had me. I can't even imagine having a kid at 14.
I remember, I was just talking to your mom about that right before the show started, that I remembered when she was pregnant at 14. I was 16 at the time.
Yeah.
And when we found out your mom was pregnant, we were like, what?
I don't even think I was even thinking about doing stuff with anybody when I was 14. Like, I can't even imagine. Because I think she met our father when she was 12. 12 and he was 16. So,
Didn't
but
you
back
lie to
then.
him about your age too?
Yeah,
I
she did. She did.
I was acting like I was older. Okay.
But
That
back
was a common
then,
thing
that
about your
that was a thing back then though. Like, times were so different that like it was not okay for like.
It was okay at that
Okay,
time.
I guess it was okay for like younger people to
how
date.
was how was the dynamic, the environment at home, from your adolescent years to your preteen years, transitioning to your adult years? What were the different phases and stages that you guys went through? Because obviously your mom's addiction, right? Her usage got worse over time.
Right.
And I know at some points in your life I wasn't
She
I
wasn't
was there,
she
but
was,
I wasn't
she
there.
Was, that's exactly why I always say, like, she was around for a lot of stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, things that mattered, she was there. We didn't really realize, like, in the moment though, that she wasn't really there, you know. So
she was there physically, but
she
not
was
there
there,
mentally.
right? So that's why I always tell her, like, presence over presence, because like she would always try to make up for stuff by giving us presents, but all we wanted her was
her
to be
time.
there, mentally, physically, like just be there with us, you know.
You know, it's been known and it's a proven fact that all a child wants is their loved one's time, their parents' time, and you guys felt that you guys were getting cheated on that.
Yes, we did, and also because too, when she started to get clean after like that whole thing, she got straight into a relationship, so we didn't really get to enjoy her being
her presence.
herself. Yeah, you know, like her being on her own. You know, so we always just felt like everything she did at that point was like fueled towards a relationship. You know?
So how was it at school during middle school years, right? Because
Sorry, I'm already getting emotional.
no, yeah. how was it during middle school years? Because you know your family in essence was broken but not broken. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. I mean, we still had support system like our grandma, her mom.
Yeah.
Our grandma Tita took care of us. Our auntie Angelica also had part in that. My auntie Sisa also did too. Like, so we were kind of bounced around everywhere, but
We just wanted my mom.
we always just wanted our mom, and I know everybody knew that also. Like our family that took care of us. So far, like they never tried to deprive us from having a relationship with our mom, even though she was like doing her own stuff. But even at that, we still and we were all together. So it was always me, Michael, and Jessie. Like me, our brother Michael, who's in the military. So
now.
it was always us. Mike and I felt like we're like growing up. We were a little more closer because we were closer in age. So him and I are two. So it's me first, then Michael, and then it's Jessie.
Did you guys
And
resent?
Jessie was the baby.
Jessie was the baby.
Did
yeah.
you resent? Did you resent your mom?
At the time, no. I'm gonna be honest. At the time, I didn't really feel any way. I mean, we knew she was like missing like a lot of stuff, or because we were always bounced around. But I never really hated her for it, or I never felt like, oh, you know what I mean? Like I just felt like, okay, that's mom. That's how she is, because that's what we've not known, but that's what we've seen. So we kind of got used to that.
Yeah.
And as long as we were with family, we were okay, to be honest.
I
And as long
think-
as all three of us were together, we were okay.
I think that's one of the key successes as to why you guys are where you're at today, because you guys weren't part of the system to where you guys were broken up.
Right.
You guys were
And
kept
that's
with
why
family.
I'm really thankful for that, because we, like I said, we had the support still. Even though our mom was in there, we still had family to take care of us or to help us and try to keep us together. And they were never like, okay, I'll take one, you take one. You know, we were always together, and I felt like that was really important for us too. Like,
You know, because I know your mom. Your mom and I, we would run the streets together before, right? And she would be gone for days, weeks, even months. When she was gone for months at a time, and I'm talking months, you know, 3 months. I mean, she would pop in and see you guys here and there, correct? But for the most part, out of a month, let's say 20 days, she's gone out of that month. So that happened over a period of a year, for example. How did that affect you emotionally? I mean, were you guys lacking?
honestly, I'm just gonna say, like, as an adult now, I see it. Like, you know, it's so hard because it's hard for me to trust people. It's hard for me to open up because I just automatically feel like.
And I feel like all of us, me, Michael, and Danielle, Mike wouldn't admit it, but I feel like we kind of struggle with like abandonment issues.
Yes.
This is what I want to get into. I want to get into the thickness of it all.
But mind you, it wasn't only just coming from our mom. It also sucked more for us too because we were lacking that on our father's part also, you know? So we kind of got hit both ways.
Sides.
And it was unfortunate, but honestly, like, they are what kept me going. Like, my brother and my sister, I had to grow up fast, you know? I had to be the one to take care of them, and it even went as far as me being so young, but I made a promise to them that when I would turn 18 that I was gonna adopt them. Like, we already, like, you know, because that's just what we had to go through. Like, we've been through so many unfortunate events as like a family, you know.
Yeah.
But Michael and Jessie are the ones that kept me like grounded. Like, I always felt like I had to be a good role model for them.
So you had to take on the role of a parent.
Yeah,
You had to become
and
mother
I was
and
really
father.
young. I was really young, and then we got, like I said, bounced around. So a couple years, or like we would stay with our dad, and he was in the States, and he was married to a lady who's in the military, and we didn't have the best life. Like, we always remember, you know, the bad things. Like, there was a lot of bad things.
So you talked about having trust issues and feeling abandonment issues. Does that still come into effect in your adulthood?
Oh,
Yes.
of course,
Yes.
of course.
So it's a consequence of your mom's actions.
Yeah.
Do you hold it against her?
I can't say that I hold it against her because she chose to do, you know, what she did, and she's grown, and she's an adult, and she's allowed to make her own decisions. But I guess now that I am an adult, I look at it, and I start to think that I do feel some sort of animosity towards her, just because
if things were different, we wouldn't struggle
we wouldn't
this
have
bad.
struggled the way we struggled or been through what we've been through if she just had her shit together, you know?
Yeah.
So did you think that life would be
Sorry.
better? No, did you think that life would be better or perfect if your mom and dad had just stopped doing, drugs and gotten everything together?
Yes, but no, because I feel like God kind of, or whatever we believe in, like a higher power, kind of put us through this stuff so we can help other people, or like, speak out. And it sucked that we had to go through it, but anytime I feel like a child, I just feel for people when they're
So
hurting
going
like that.
through what you went through has made you empathetic.
Yes,
Empathetic
yes.
to people's struggles because you went through them and you wouldn't want to see
Yeah,
another
and I'm
individual
not so
go through
quick
them.
to judge, like, because we've been through a lot of stuff, and I know some people are, like, we could have been drug addicts ourselves,
Yes, and I want to touch on that.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever experienced or experimented with methamphetamine? You can be honest now in front of your mom.
Not that,
Not
no.
methamphetamine, no.
Not
no,
ice, but of
no.
course weed. You guys have
Yes.
dabbled in weed.
Yes, we
you
have,
know.
but I'm just going to be...
I am very, growing up, I've always been the mom to talk about the things that they're uncomfortable.
We always felt like we can talk to our mom about stuff openly, even about sex. Like, I never really felt like, I had to hide stuff from her, or...
So like the things that we were okay. When I was using and going through my issues, right? My addiction has nothing. I wasn't abused as a child. I have no excuse.
Yeah.
My addiction was me being selfish and wanting to feel good.
Yes.
Okay. So let's just put that out there. So
Okay.
like, when it came to the kids, my usage, I didn't show them a pipe. I never showed them the drug. It wasn't in their face. I still gave them that. I tried to give that respect.
Even when she was high, we would never
wouldn't
know.
know.
We
We
would
wouldn't
never
know.
know. And then when she got clean, she would tell us, "Oh, this time I was high off my
Yeah.
ass,"
And
but
we're
we
like,
didn't
wow.
know.
So-
So she
and the mi-
protected you in a sense.
She
Yeah.
had that respect for us, not
Yeah.
to show it to us, not to, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I guess that's why, that's why we're fortunate in that way, is because we really didn't even see it. We never,
I'm going to tell you right now that the minute a parent crosses that boundary of introducing their kids to a drug, all respect is lost.
Right.
By your mom holding
So when in my mentality of telling the kids about when they figured everything out was because I opened up to them. And the only reason why I opened up to them, it was selfish reasons. It's because I wanted to set a boundary for myself. Okay,
didn't trust
honey,
yourself.
I didn't trust myself. Okay, honey, when mama does this, this, and this, your mama's about to relapse. So these are the people, when you see your mom connecting with these people, that people, when the doors
are locked.
start getting locked in our home, because I do not like locked doors, okay?
Okay.
So once your mama starts locking the bathroom door, starts locking the bedroom door, your mama's about to relapse. Your mom is relapsing.
So by you telling them that, you were reaching out for help?
Yes.
And did you notice that your mom was doing that?
Yes, I feel like I did. I don't know if you did, but
I
'cause
honestly didn't.
You
Like,
didn't?
I just felt like, okay, that's mom, Like,
Yeah.
Mom being open,
Mom
mom being
being-
crazy, mom talking about things she
So you
shouldn't be
didn't
talking
realize
about.
it was a cry. It was a cry for help because honestly,
No, see, so that's the thing. Like, I understand that whole like cry for help thing, but at the same time, what can I do? Like, you've done this
for many years.
for so long, even when we were little, that we needed you then, but you didn't stop. You kept going. So you're grown. Like, to me, you are an adult. You are grown. You know right from wrong. That we even have kids of our own. You know what I mean? So even if your own grandkids can't help you, you know what I mean? You
Change.
see, yeah.
Yeah.
So what more can we do? We've already expressed how we feel. We've already spoken about how we feel towards you doing that. What more could we do? So like, cry for help, I didn't really understand it. I didn't really know what to do
Or
with
you
it,
didn't
know?
really like you were
You
like,
really
okay,
grasped-
whatever,
I was just,
Whatever, yeah.
whatever,
I'm
lady.
just like,
maybe at
okay,
that
whenever
point, there
you're
was
ready,
resentment.
you let us
Yeah,
know. You
yeah.
know?
Maybe at that point the resentment was there, and she
Yeah.
was more
I
wanting
feel
and
like
hoping.
I feel like I was in the middle. Like
Okay.
I kind of relate what she's saying, but I also feel like I noticed it. I'm very observant.
Okay.
And like when she was doing that and she was clean, and I would like be by myself or whatever, I would notice like, okay, she's asking these things for a reason. You know, she's
Okay.
asking to leave the door unlocked for a reason. So I feel like I'm in the middle.
No,
Because at the same
and
time,
one thing about these girls, about my kids, they never question me.
yeah.
Never.
Never. They never talk back. They never give me dirty looks. They never. It's always.
They respected what you said.
Yes. Always.
They
We
respected-
never second guessed her, or we never had
Even
any
up
doubt.
to
like,
now.
So that trust, that calls for an extreme amount of trust to be able to accept the rule of law that is Johnny.
Yeah.
Calls for a lot of trust. So I'm gonna guess that the trust that you had with your mom on a personal level was completely different from her addiction level.
Yeah.
Because you saw her as a mother, that's where
Right.
the trust came in.
Right.
But you didn't really trust her too much when she was using. Were you worried for her safety when she was out on the streets?
Always.
All the time.
Always.
All the time.
But the thing is about our mom though, like even though she was like out doing whatever,
We knew she could hold her
Oh, your
shit
mom
No,
was-
down.
we felt bad for the people who were in
her way.
Yeah, you know, or
Your mom
tried
is
to like
Brody.
take stuff that was
Yeah.
hers, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
So we
mom's-
knew we knew she was good on her own, like.
But then
know.
again, you know, we're her kids. We're gonna worry about her no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah, there was this one time where found out your mom picked up a federal charge, right? And in the community of the drug world, when a federal charge is picked up, 9 times out of 10, you're done. What was your reaction when you found out your mom got picked up by the feds? Were you scared that she was going to go away to prison for 10 years?
Oh, they were.
We were scared.
We were told by people close to us that our mom was gonna go away for 24 years, and they would tell us, "Oh, you're gonna be like your mom," or "You're gonna," you know. So that made us not want to be like our mom, you know. Like I
Okay.
feel like that made us feel like, "Oh shit," you know, like.
So it's safe to say then your mom was actually the perfect example at that moment in time of what not to be.
Right.
Yes.
And that's why I don't understand. Like I said, I guess it also depends on like your environment or
And your
your
men-
support.
your strong-
Right. And
how-
yourself. Like you can because there's people I'm sure who are like who've been through what we've been through, and they use that as an excuse. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my mom did this to me,
Yes.
so oh, she left me when I was young, so I'm gonna be a drug addict. You know, like it's not always the case because we didn't.
Which
you
is
know.
which is very, very different because I have
No, I have to admit, I'm a mother hen, so I'm nosy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm
Yes.
naturally nosy. So because I know how bad I can be, I watch these girls, and I would tell them, what would I say to you guys? You're not like me. You're better
You're
than
better,
me.
yeah.
I would tell them
Always.
that, and I would instill that in them every time.
So you still-
at my low, I'm saying, you are nothing like me.
You know what is so ironic here? Is that you were empowering your girls to stay on the right track, building up their character, informing them, letting them know you're not like them, while putting yourself down that I'm not, I'm not right.
Yeah.
I'm not in a good place.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why also I kind of looked at her as a hypocrite too, because she was telling us all of this, and while she's like
Doing
that
her
stuff,
thing.
doing
yes.
it, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I guess there's times where I believe her and then times when I wouldn't, and I guess that affected me also because my self-esteem was low, and I felt like I just felt stuck. Like if my mom was stuck, I felt stuck.
Did you guys
know?
ever have dreams of, did you guys ever look at kids at school with normal families, with mother and fathers who pick them up, go to their school programs, do the whole 9 yards, picnics at the beach? Did you guys ever dream?
We still talk about it up until now. Like there are times where we think about that stuff, right? Don't we?
Do you feel you were robbed of it?
I just feel like we wish we had it, but it's not like we were like crying for it.
For it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we still had family who loved us. We
Oh,
still
yeah.
Had
we were
each
still-
other.
Yes, and like I said, me, Michael, and Jessie, as long as we were all together, we were fine. We were fine, but we weren't fine.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we found ways to like
Make it work.
up, for that, or work
You
together
guys
as
were
brothers
each as
and
pillars
sisters.
of strength
Yeah.
to get through while your mom needed to find who she was to get through her struggle in life.
Yes.
And the amazing thing here is you have how many kids?
I have 3.
So Jessie has 3 kids and Danielle has
2.
2 kids. Jessie just recently got married. Congratulations to the newlywed, beautiful bride. And Johnny's got how many grandkids? 5? 6? 8 grandkids.
8.
So, it's amazing that you two have created lives for yourself despite the environment that you grew up in.
Yes.
And what's even more amazing is that you would see your mother and father argue.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All the time.
You would see them fight. They would throw blows because Johnny.
She'll throw herself.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
will.
She'll throw herself.
She will.
We would see her flying across the room.
Not healthy.
Not healthy, guys.
Do not do this at home.
Okay.
She would
But I have a lot of anger issues. I am very.
Oh yeah, because we deal with that.
Because
we
that's
all deal
where
with
we
that.
get it from too. Like.
Does she ever take out her anger issues on you guys?
Sometimes.
Yes,
I feel like that's inevitable though.
I know, but then I feel like she also doesn't realize it either.
Yeah.
Like she's
They'll
sometimes
allow me to blow and then later say, "Mommy,
Mom,
Yeah.
you were out of pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you didn't
okay.
need to be. Even now,
She-
we
she-
still do
but
that
I do
now.
apologize.
she
For the
sometimes
most
doesn't
part.
realize that she can be the toxic one also,
Yes,
and that's a
yes,
big thing. Like her
yes.
ego. Like we just don't. When we already know that she's like.
We're like, we look at each other like,
we're like,
oh,
oh,
here
did
we
you-
go.
I know,
Here
we're
we
like-
go. It's gonna happen.
And then we'll have our side conversations like, dude, did you hear her say that? And then we'll be like, yeah, oh
Yeah.
my God, she didn't have to.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Is it now that your mom's on this road to recovery, right? You see her completely different?
Oh, yeah.
Or has she changed significantly in her personality and her behavior?
I feel like she's always been the same. She's
Okay,
always been the crazy one.
I can understand that.
But for the most part, she's definitely changed. We're
Yeah.
we're all a lot closer.
Yeah.
So it's both. It's
Yeah.
both.
It is.
She's the
Yeah.
same and she has changed.
Yes.
Certain
Yes.
areas of her life that was instilled within her when she was, growing up has to remain the same. The only thing that has changed is her vision.
Yes.
Right.
She sees things differently now.
I call them more often.
Yes, we see
she's
her
around
more often.
When we ask for family time, there's
We get
actual
it.
family time.
Now, I'm sure certain your friends out there in school, right, knew that your mother was on drugs because the newspapers would put it out there. She got arrested. Was it difficult for their parents to allow you to play with their kids?
I struggled with that a lot. Like when we were growing up in Liguan at our family house.
At Grandma's house?
Yes,
Yes.
at Grandma's house. I had obviously a bunch of neighbors. I was friends with them. One friend in specific, her mom didn't like me coming around.
Because of your mom?
Because of my mom, yeah.
And how did you cope with that? Are you like...
I still went around.
Oh, you still went around?
Yeah.
Oh, so you acted like your mom.
I still went. Yeah. I still went around, but I think I didn't tackle it the way that I was supposed to because I didn't know how. I didn't know how to deal with that because I was still young. I was like middle school.
Yeah.
But I just.
See, one of the things as addicts like myself, my kids resented me. Up to this day, I still have issues with them. They haven't gotten over it. So it's my actions have severe consequences. And I saw a quote recently that a mother said drug addiction killed her, and drug addiction killed her, and she never even used drugs in the first place. What she meant by that was her own son was using drugs.
Yes.
Right.
So in a sense, you guys were sucked into this web of deceit, of craziness, of addiction, stuck in a tornado, and you guys managed to come out unscathed, beautiful as ever, successful
Yeah,
in your
I
own
want to
right.
read some comments.
Yes.
Joaquin Pangilinan says, true survivors never give up. God always wanted you guys to fulfill the plan he has set out for you to receive the gift of everlasting life. Stay focused unto our mighty God. In Jesus' name we pray for a better life. Amen. Auntie Ness is sending love, so is Auntie Danielle. Flores Lay says, thank you kids for being strong and never giving up on your mother. God bless. That's something I wanna
Yeah. Go ahead.
touch up on. Thanks for never giving up on me.
Of course, mommy. Of course. Love you.
Yeah.
Love you.
I love you guys. Okay, there's more. Wait, there's more. Oh, I can't even read it. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Baby, want to read some of the comments, baby? Okay, she's crying too.
Oh my God.
Jessie Flores says, I love you guys forever.
Oh, that's not Jessie Ray. That's your dad.
Oh, Hi, Dad.
Hello.
Okay, Marcus says this segment is a powerful one. God bless these kids and God bless Mom for pulling through with her recovery. These young ladies have been hardened by a hard life and are now strengthened by that life lived. Keep the strength and love flowing. There is no greater completeness than what y'all are living today. Let light of God continue to guide and bless you all. Amen. A lot of great comments here. You girls are beautiful. You are a survivor. You know, and speaking of survivors, you guys are survivors. You know how difficult, statistically, you guys have fought all odds and came out. Because out of kids that are derived or are born out of families who use are 3 times more likely to follow suit in their parents' footsteps. You guys fought that.
I'm not gonna lie, like when you were asking about experimenting and stuff, I mean, like, yeah,
we both struggled with getting addicted to something.
But
Okay.
But it wasn't to the extent where we were like
sucked into it so deep we couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I've experimented with stuff, and when I was open with my mom.
But I didn't believe her.
I
I'm
told
like,
her
"Stop lying."
because
I didn't believe her.
You're
Stop.
lying. No, because this girl, since she was 15, has worked every day. She's the one, you don't have to wake up in the morning for
I was
school.
always up, even
She's
before the
always-
alarm clock.
Yeah.
Like,
So she's always been
A responsible.
yeah, very responsible. That she moved out right when she turned 18, but came right back when she was 19.
Speaking
so.
of, growing up and being responsible since you were 15 and probably you at your age too, were you guys missing a lot of your high school things like senior prom, homecoming?
No.
I
know.
did. I did.
You did.
We're very different.
Yes,
we
yes.
experience different things
Different
with
things.
high school.
Okay, so you missed it
Yeah, a lot.
because of mom's addiction.
Jessica
I feel
went through.
Mom.
Oh yeah.
Mom, let her
It's
her experience.
I feel like part of it was because of mom.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always dealt with depression, and I moved a lot, so I kind of like missed out on that part of my life. Yeah. I moved to 5 different high schools. I dropped out twice. I kind of had like a hard experience with that.
But she got it together.
Yeah.
She got it together.
She got it
And
together.
that's what counts.
This is what I
Yeah.
was saying by we experienced what our mom did to us. I guess,
Very
like,
differently.
Very differently because
Very
Yeah.
different.
I was older, so I felt like I knew, and she was just younger, and it kind of just hit her differently. Than
And that's
it did to me.
that's excellent because the perspectives that you guys are giving are going to help other
Right.
children out there
Right.
who are experiencing what you're what you went through and what you went through, taking the reins as the mother hen, so to
Right.
speak, for your siblings, and then you missing out on so much. Lord knows what your brother went through.
Yeah.
Right,
You know,
right.
and it would be great to have him on here, but we wish him well. He's doing awesome back
yeah.
there in the
He's
States.
making a life for
Jessie's
himself,
very
yeah.
creative. She's an artist. That one's always been an artist. And I think she throws herself into her creative,
Craft,
her craft. She has her own crochet business and does
Yeah.
all of that good stuff. And then this one, she's
Workaholic. She
workaholic,
works
can't
all the
stop.
time.
So she's a medical biller, and then she also does earrings. She makes clay earrings and stuff. So these girls have found ways to make sure that their life is better.
Did you girls have to compartmentalize your emotions growing up? Did you have to be one way in front of a group of people,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
another way in front of another group of
definitely,
people?
Definitely.
And how did that? I mean, was it difficult wearing many hats, putting on many masks, different personalities?
Yeah. I feel like out of us 3, I dealt with that
Yeah,
the
she
hardest
did.
and the most.
So was it tough on you to find your identity?
I'm still trying to find it now.
Yeah, and I feel that way too. Like, mine didn't hit me as hard as it did to my sister, but
But it's
I
still
struggle.
valid. It's
Yeah.
still
Oh yeah,
valid.
no, I know. But I struggle too with my identity, and I guess that's why I don't know what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to do this, I want to do that, but every time I start, I just can't finish. Like
No, that's like me.
Yeah.
you get
We're
that
just
from
like
me.
our mom. We cannot keep still.
Okay.
We constantly have to do
we
something.
always
Yeah.
need to move. You know, like we just.
Well,
Gotta,
that's great because moving means you're constantly evolving.
Yes.
So if you're constantly evolving, you're constantly growing, reaching for the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you guys know that. Well, I haven't met you guys in a long time.
Yeah.
Because it's been years. I went and did my thing. Your mom went and did her thing. The last time we were together before I went to federal prison was in 2014 at my apartment. right, at my apartment. And I remember when she would bring you guys around, like to the hockey games. You know, it was moments like that when I would see your mom with you, that stuck with me. Because it's all, from one addict to another, we always want to see our fellow addicts with their family members.
Yeah.
Because I pulled myself away from my kids for 8 years and they resent me. You know, and I'm still trying to fix that road, you know, build that bridge to cross back. So your story is in essence giving me insight as to what my kids went through. So I thank you for, you know, telling me your story, you know, for what I put them through. Now, did you yearn for your father?
That's a whole different story.
So there's our father who obviously birthed us with our mom.
Yeah.
And then we have our dad who
raised you.
Right. So we met him when I was about 11. So I've known him for 17 years?
Yeah.
17 years.
So more than half my life, like I've known this man, you know?
So he has raised you. The ones that, okay, your biological dad, there's him. Then there's your
Josh.
surrogate dad,
Josh.
which is Josh.
Right.
So he has raised
So
you.
we know. So we call obviously we call our father.
You call Josh dad.
Daniel.
No, our father's
by his
Daniel.
name.
His name is Daniel, and then we have our dad, who's Josh.
Josh. So you know that's kind of Josh must be pretty special to you guys.
He really is.
He is.
He really is.
He saved us like when we didn't even know we needed it. You know, like he showed us what a father is supposed to be to their kids. Besides the whole
Addiction thing.
addiction,
Yes.
right? But even that we saw right through it. We were just like, that's our dad. You know, like in the beginning, it was hard for me. It was really hard for me. Like I was saying, so when our mom got clean or starting to get clean, you know, when she got out, she started dating Josh.
Yeah.
So I didn't like him, and I expressed that to her, and I made it known. I did not like him. I was like, no, I don't like him. Anytime he would try to be nice to me, I'm like, you're not my dad. Like, I gave him crap. Like I really did.
Even
But
Jessie girl did.
Yeah, I hated him.
I honestly
Your
felt
face,
I honestly felt they were only being that way because I was, and they kind of saw me, you know, being like, oh, that's not, you guys like him, you know?
Yeah.
But once he started bringing his daughters around, like,
It changed so much.
It changed for us because we're like, oh my gosh, we have other
Siblings.
sisters, you know,
Yeah.
like besides us,
Yeah.
like, you know,
We're gonna be a family.
We're gonna
So
be a
you
family,
guys
yeah.
were silently craving a complete family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
But
what I
in regards to
gathered.
our father, no, he has his own thing going on, so we always knew our place. Like we weren't fit for him, or we weren't what he wanted, so we kind of shoved him out too. We were
I
like,
see.
okay, you know. But then when he would give us attention, we enjoyed it, you know. Right? We felt, I don't know, we felt like, okay, he's here. Like, I don't know.
It just
I don't know
never
how to-
felt right with him.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it
it
just-
feels right with Josh.
Yeah.
Your dad.
That's our dad.
Yeah.
That's
You
our
know
dad.
that's awesome that you guys see that.
If it wasn't for him, I really would have been 16 and pregnant. Like, I'm
Really?
not even kidding you. Like, I was
Really?
out there trying to be slick, thinking like, oh, my mom says yes all the time. I can go out and do stuff, sneaking out,
So
Oh my
bringing
goodness.
people in. Like, there's
Yeah.
stuff that my mom doesn't even know now that like my sisters do, or like our step.
We would help
So we
her,
have stepsisters,
okay?
but we don't call them our
Yeah.
stepsisters.
Yeah.
Those are our sisters.
I love
like,
that. I love
we
that.
don't care. We're never like, oh, that's just my half. Like anyone asks me, like I say I'm the oldest out of 12. Like.
Yeah.
Because that's what
amazing.
it is, you know. Like
So you're the presence of Josh, your dad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him your dad.
Yeah,
The presence
our
of your dad and your mom together. It's kind of like a weird thing that it just worked.
yeah.
How they raised you guys just worked, even
When
though
it
they
was
were
good, it was really good. Like
Okay.
we loved seeing our mom happy. Like it was different for us because it was like a real family.
Family.
Like
Because
we were like,
at the
wow.
time, your dad did anything and everything to make us happy.
make us happy.
We were important.
Right. And we were
Okay.
like a blended family, but we meshed so well together. And it didn't feel like he was our stepdad. It was like waking up, you know, and everyone would be home, everyone would be together. And then the days on the like weekends when we would get our other sisters, like
We go to the beach.
we always did something fun. Like I always remember it being so fun. Like even when we were just bored at home, like we were all
Yeah.
together and that's all we wanted. Like the biggest thing for me too was always wanting my family together. Like my birthday, I remember my 15th birthday because me and our sister Issa, we share the same birthday. I wanted all of us to be together. Like, and then it was my father, and then he was dating someone, and they were there, and then our mom was there.
Yeah,
Everyone was there
Elaine,
at Planet Hollywood, right? And then even our sister's mom was there also.
I
and
know
her
how
side.
to bring all of us together.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
You know how to
that's
put
me.
the differences aside
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
and have
yeah.
a good
And that's
time.
all I wanted for my birthday was just everyone to be together. Who cares if we're, you know, having our own thing? I just wanted to see everybody together, and
Yeah.
it was a good.
And
I
that's not
remember
too
that
much
being
to
so good.
ask for the upbringing that you went through,
Right.
for what you survived.
Right.
You know, you girls, and especially you, you know, I mean, all of you, but you put on the mother hen hat.
It was
And
hard.
did that bring you guys close? Are you guys close? You guys have sibling rivalry? Do you guys
I
fight?
mean, yeah.
It's
who
natural.
doesn't, you know?
It's inevitable.
But
Who
we're
doesn't?
close. We love
Yeah,
each
we're
other
close.
very much.
You
I
guys will
just
have
tell
each other's
them,
backs.
I tell them to get in the room, duke it out, and then come back out.
Her and I, we
Yeah.
fight the most, but we also get along really
But
well.
because we're like complete opposites. you
Yeah.
know? We're polar opposites. Like I don't know. we're just different. Like
So-
we look at things differently.
When your mom asked you to come on the show,
I didn't ask them.
oh, you didn't ask
She
them?
didn't.
Said,
You told.
We
I
were
said
voluntold.
You were voluntold.
I said I want a continuation of me coming out, and I want your perspective. I want
I
to
didn't
hear it.
hesitate. I was willing, open
willing?
and willing to do it, but I know my
I
sister had some
hesitated.
reservations
I didn't
towards
really
it.
want
So
to do it.
Why?
I get overwhelmed easily,
Okay.
so I was. And
she's obviously the sensitive one.
Yeah, and I don't do well with, like talking
Yeah.
to people.
No, you're doing
You
great
did
right
great.
now.
You did
You're
great.
doing
like you're
phenomenal.
doing a good
Both of
job,
you are
Sissy.
doing amazing.
Yeah.
You know,
I was never really shy. Honestly, I'm not really a shy
Again,
kind of person.
total opposite.
Like I'm
Yeah.
so
We're very
outgoing
opposite.
and open. Like people ask me questions, I'll tell them. Like of course I know when to
Yeah.
dial it down and like okay maybe I'm being too much.
So
But-
would you also consider a large part of your success was due to your grandma?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Like I didn't realize it, but we're such spoiled little kids.
You guys were giving
had
everything.
we
names.
were we
had a
we
maid.
legit had a housekeeper, we had a nanny, like we had like everything.
Private
Allowance like we
school.
didn't even have to do anything clean, but our grandma's like, here's $20. Like, okay. And like the next day I remember like going like, Grandma I need, she's like, what happens to the $20? Like, I used it. Here you go. Like, you know, it was good. It was good in that sense because we always had our grandma. But looking back at it now, like we really were spoiled and we didn't think we were. Like
Yeah.
but we were spoiled in other ways also. Like we were spoiled with like their support and their
Yeah.
love, like my mom's sisters. I'm pretty sure it was a lot for them to take on 3 other kids, you know.
Because at that time it was just you three.
Right,
Yes.
right. It was just us 3, and then
You know, were you one of those mothers that will take their kids to the game room, park them in the car?
Oh no.
You weren't one of
No,
those.
we own the game.
We
room.
own
yeah,
the
we
game
owned the
room.
game room.
Yeah.
Sorry.
different.
We would, we would be inside.
Yeah,
Like we
inside
wouldn't
the
be in
game
the car.
room.
We'll be
Yeah.
inside the
Yeah.
game room, behind the counter,
kitchen,
behind
the
the kitchen
kitchen.
counter. Like, oh, what do you want to drink? Pepsi? Okay, let me get a Pepsi for you.
I remember, yeah.
I even used to help with the rundowns. Like, will you open the machine, get the money,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
write down the
'cause your
serial
grandma would
numbers.
find,
And
right?
Yes.
I used to help.
So these
like,
kids, you know, yeah.
we
We've
were,
experienced
yeah.
a little of everything.
We did.
You know,
we
and
really
look
did.
at you girls came out
But
so
no,
awesome.
I never took the
But
kids to a
in
drug
that sense,
house.
no, never.
I never, you know,
Never.
when I went home, I wasn't allowed. I never brought drugs to my mom's, right? Because my mom wouldn't have it. My
Yeah.
mom could just look at me and be like, "There's something in your pocket. You're not entering this house," you know. So I would go home. I would sleep for days. And then I'll sleep for 3 days, and then I'll get up and be good for like 5 days, take them to school, and do my thing, and then boom, disappear
Yeah.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I remember
You know,
you would
that's
just
my,
dip
that was my,
your
that was
MO.
my
No,
MO.
that's how I also knew. Like, so there's one time where we played hooky from school. Like, it was so good. Like, we went to the beach. We were doing stuff, and like,
they got ready for school. I came.
Was that the one where my
swooped in.
now came
Yes,
over?
I swooped in and I said, "We're not going to school today."
yeah, we were so happy
I'm
when we saw
like,
her.
Mom,
We were
I'm
like, oh my
taking the kids to school, and then I'm like, we're not going to school. We're going to the beach. We went to the beach. Yeah, like I
Well,
would
we
do
went,
things like
yeah,
that.
we went home first, tried to grab our stuff. So she told us, stay in here, like lay down, don't come out. So we're really like laying out, like, oh my gosh, we're gonna skip school. Like this is the best thing. Like we're waiting for mom to grab our stuff from inside and come out, and then our uncle catches us.
Oh,
But yeah, I would come in, swoop in, spend a couple days with them, and then
bounce.
I want to talk about relationships real quickly because you're married.
Yes.
And you have 2 kids, and you're in a relationship. Were you
Oh,
guys?
I'm not in a relationship.
You're not?
No.
Were you guys?
That doesn't mean I want anybody to message me.
She's not
please.
available.
She's not available.
I'm so busy. I don't have time.
Were you guys afraid to introduce your significant others?
Can I talk about that?
Yeah,
please?
that's why I'm
Okay,
here.
okay.
Take the spotlight, girl.
So, hi to my husband. Okay,
son.
so when I met my husband, I was actually fresh out of a relationship with my son's dad.
Okay.
And I didn't tell my husband about my mom until we were like almost not a year, a couple months into our relationship. I didn't tell him. I was embarrassed.
Okay.
I just felt like the experience that I had with my father's dad, he didn't like it. He didn't like my mom. He didn't like everything that she was doing. He made me feel bad about it.
Wow.
So when I met my husband is like a good guy, amazing guy.
Very nice.
And he never experienced what we went through. He had a mom and a dad. They were together. When him and I got together, they were recently, they split, his parents.
Okay.
So he's never dealt with a drug addicted
broken
mom,
family.
a broken family,
A broken
basically.
family.
Yeah, he never experienced that. So when I met him, I knew I didn't want to tell him. I didn't want to tell him about my mom because I just felt like he's not gonna
understand.
He's not gonna understand.
wouldn't like you.
And
Yeah.
and he would.
Or he'll
he
look
would.
at you differently.
But when I told him,
He's like,
he
cool.
he fell in love more. If I'm being
Yeah.
honest, he
He
fell in love more.
He's
And and him and my mom now
Joffrey
they're
is
so
wonderful.
close.
Yeah.
So
He's-
because some good guys like bad
Yeah.
girls. So you were the de facto bad
No.
girl.
I'm dead.
By your mom.
I'm dead.
But he's a really good man. He blends into our family. He has a daughter, Jada, my baby. She fits in perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, we have good communication. I
Yeah.
love Joffrey. You know, he's really a very respectful
Yeah.
young man.
So let me ask you this, Johnny. What separates this time of sobriety versus the last 5 years of sobriety that you had before?
I'm too old already. I'm old. It's old.
You're not old.
Yes.
You're not
Mom,
old.
you're not old.
That stuff is old.
That
Oh,
stuff
that stuff is
did
old.
you
Doing
okay,
that stuff is old.
Did your mom ever come to you and tell you, I'm quitting, or I'm done, or I'm
Never.
getting it together?
No.
Never?
Never.
Never. Because
We were waiting. We're like, okay, let's go see. But no, she didn't.
No.
so you just let her find her way.
Yeah, we did, and we knew if we just let her do her thing,
It'll come eventually.
Yeah, and it did. You know, like
Is it safe to say you guys put a lot of faith?
I'm a very affectionate person. I love to hug my kids. I've always
Smother them.
all the time. Like I love touching them, kissing them on their lips. I'm a very that is me, and I've always been that way.
You know, girls, before we close off, I want to tell you how brave both of you are, how proud your mom is of you guys. You guys are successful at such a young age, and there's nothing but the stars for you to reach. Is there any advice that you can give individually to those parents out there
Or children.
or children who are suffering from what you went through and what your mom gone through?
That's a hard one.
that is really hard because
you can't
it
give one thing.
depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Like we can't just say, oh, do this, do that. But
I think the
Just
number one thing would
open
be
your
to
heart.
just keep trying and
Yeah.
hold on.
yeah,
Keep
even
trying and
even
hold
when even when you feel like you can't anymore, like there's always something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like, and even if like I don't know. I don't want to get emotional.
Do you think that leaving your heart open for me gave me a chance to get out? You know, there's a lot of kids that are angry at their parents,
Yeah,
that don't
yeah.
speak to their parents, but I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys leaving your heart open for me gave me a way out.
I just feel like we always hoped. So I guess we always hoped that she would find her way, but we just didn't want to get in the way either, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like we can keep spewing and telling you, don't do, we
They
want you
give me
back, we want
crystals
you to
and, like, all
yeah,
kinds
we
of
want
stuff.
you to be clean and da 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 and all of this. But really, it's also on the parent.
It was
It's a
all
meet
up to
halfway.
her.
Right,
yeah.
right.
It's a
So
meet
it's like,
halfway.
so we were open for her. We always made her feel like, you know, like we love you, and no matter what you decide, we're here for you. And it went both ways though, because she felt that way towards us.
Because there's no love like a child's love for their mother.
Of course.
It's
of
never
course.
gonna go away. I mean, your mom can do so much wrong,
Right.
but in your eyes,
In our eyes, she was still
she's the hero.
the best mom.
Yeah, she's still the best mom.
She was never a bad mom to us. Like,
You know?
even if we felt like I felt I was being too hard on her sometimes, or like I would start thinking of her differently, she still never made me feel like she felt that way towards me, or like I don't know.
I want to read a comment by Zai Mar. It says, me and my kids are still holding on to someone who's suffering from addiction. I pray my kids don't ever grow up with hatred and resentment towards him. That's difficult.
I think that has a lot to do with the other parent.
Yeah.
The hatred and resentment for the parent that's not doing well has a lot to do with how
the current parent doing well.
Right.
Right.
And how you were
me,
raised
I
and how you
never, no matter what we were going through, I would never say,
oh,
F
yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
I'm just like,
And I
that's
feel
your dad,
like
respect him.
We resonate with that so much because we're kind of going through that right now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like our mom is doing what she's doing, and then we hurt for our dad because it's like he doesn't see that we want what our mom has for him, and like even though he's not our real dad, like we still love him and we just want the best we want him to be happy with us, even if he's not with our mom. Like, just because you're not with our mom doesn't mean you can't be happy. Like, doesn't mean you don't deserve good things. Like, we just hurt for him, and it's like we just want good things for him also. So whoever wrote that, like, I hope the parent like starts to realize what they're doing and just kind of, I feel bad because
you love him.
Right.
He's your
And there's
dad.
so much love, and it's like I can't undad him, Like,
Yeah. He's
I don't
all
care.
you've known.
Right. And he was always that father figure that we needed. That we needed so much from our father, our own
Despite
father.
all that he's done, his presence was profound on your life. It was impactful.
He really made an impact in our lives, and at first I didn't want to admit it, and I guess maybe that's why I was so mean to him, like, because he's not our father, but now, like, I see it, and he really has. Like, if it wasn't for him, we really wouldn't be,
Well,
who we are
girls,
too.
I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, thank you guys.
You
Thanks
guys
for
are so
having us.
brave. I love you guys for doing this.
Thank you.
Your mom's gonna reach for the stars.
And
These-
just letting you girls know, we stayed steady at 358 viewers.
Yeah.
Just letting
So,
you guys know.
is there anything you want to say in closing?
No, just thank you guys for coming on and sharing.
Thanks for having us.
We thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoy the show, and we want to get the message out there to the parents who are struggling with addiction that your kids are collateral damage in the wake of your destruction. Let's put a stop to our drug use. Let's get the help so our kids can receive the love that they deserve from us. So with that being said, I'm Jessie Mendiola.
And I'm Johnnie Rosario.
I'm Danielle.
I'm Jess.
Thank
Good
you for
night.
joining us. Good night.
Bye.
you relocating, behind on your mortgage, have unwanted property, or can't make the needed repairs? Whatever your situation is, we have a solution for you. We buy houses any reason, any condition. We pay cash and close quickly. Don't stress. Sell your house the easy way with Guam House Heroes. Call us at 646-5793. Email us at contact@guamhh.com or visit the website guamhh.com.